It's a good afternoon, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great Monday so far. We are going to go through and take a look at all of the precious metal indices and see where we're at, because we have experienced a pretty sharp decline today in PMs, and you guys probably follow this more closely than I do, but it's interesting to note exactly where things are and just trying to decide when that right time will be to pull the trigger. This has all of the makings of a tremendous opportunity for some of you that have this the extra savings in capital to do such, and that's scoop up some PMs. Now we're on Modern Coin Mart's website, and they have a really effective graph display for all four main precious metal commodities that are traded via paper. But this also applies also to the physical metals that a lot of us generally like to hold. And I guess one big question is, why is all this going down? Well, it's fears of coronavirus and just uncertainty as a result of what's going on in the economy. This is all very much a reactive thing. But if we take this and turn our fear into something positive, then we can turn it into a proactive thing. All right, and that's going to be deciding kind of where is the drop. Okay, where is the ultimate final kind of like dip in all of this precious metal stuff. And we're going to try and identify that because we've seen some pretty big hits. So we're on the Palladium page of the graph in MCM's website. And as of today, we are currently at $16.39 an ounce. This has always been one of the strongest, well-performing precious metals. It has skyrocketed within the last 12 months. This used to be something that was worth about $1,200 at one point, and about a year ago, and it took off. It got up to as high as you can see, the peak was at $28.70, which was February 27th. 2 weeks ago. It was at $28.70, and now it's all the way down to $16.39. Talk about the sharpest drop-off. Palladium and platinum are customarily a manufacturer's metal, so it's just incredible to see such a sharp decline. Now, are we going to wait till this puppy gets down to $1,200 before we decide to jump right back into the pool? I don't know. It really... we have to see exactly where we're going to sit at in terms of stability in the marketplace. I don't think we're quite there. I think we're about 14 to 21 days away. And I have a couple kind of redneck ideas in which we're going to explore of when is the right time to jump back into it. As you can see, it dropped 195 bones today per ounce, and that's incredible. So platinum shared a similar fate. As a matter of fact, it has dropped down a lot. Today, dropped down $94.15, which is 12.36% off of where we started at. It was about $7.50. But as you can see, the high was $1,025 back in January, and now we are all the way down to 673. But $673. So it's lost or about a third of its value. So platinum has suffered its same fate, although I'm not nearly as bullish on platinum as I am palladium. Palladium's kind of like the new hot mama on the block, and palladium has outperformed platinum by a huge margin. Now, Silver experienced a really sharp drop-off today, $1.81 down. And we are officially at under $13, $12.83, which is huge. This is where the buying opportunities would be coming in here. I probably don't want to wait till this drops down to $10 an ounce, although I'm thinking it will drop to 10, maybe 9, before we see some stability. Only because we are in the beginning stages of whatever's going on with this pandemic, alongside all of the fears and just people jumping into the pool, and they never bothered to check to see if there was any water in there, and it's going to continue. There's going to be a lot of money being hemorrhaged out of the stock market. People are just scared to death right now, when in reality this is going to be one of those dips. Okay, it always recovers. It always does. If you don't need the money now, don't pull yourself out of it. But we saw a drop of $1.81 today. It was as high as, I believe, $2.09 as of this morning. And it kind of recovered, if you could call that. We still saw a 12% decrease. This is going to be one of my spec metals in about 30 days. And you could profit a ton of money by pulling the trigger at the right time. I am probably in at about $11 an ounce by the time it's said and done. Okay, and you want to try and buy a few hundred ounces if you can of silver, between $10 and $11 an ounce, because we're going to see a quick recovery for precious metals here, real soon. There's even been some talk about, the prices that some of these outfits are charging. They're not going to last long, because they see these bottoming out here pretty quickly. Now, the one metal that has continued to do well is gold. Through it all, it only dropped $18 today, which is just over 1%. We are at 1,500. $14.73.16, which is right in line with what it used to be back during the holidays. And it hasn't dropped nearly as sharply from its highs of 1674 just about a week ago. We could see gold dropping down to about maybe $1,350, $1,400 by the time we see some stability. But it's nothing in comparison to what we saw over the summer, in which it was hovering right around $1,250 to $1,300, which is usually the case for PMs to drop down, pretty low during the summer. There's just not a lot of trading activity during that time. But gold has always been the more stable PM out of the four. Silver has been customarily a relatively good metal to invest in as well, although we've seen over a 30% drop from its highs. So those are where we sit at today as of March 16th. 16th, right? Yeah, 16th. And there are a few things that I wanted to kind of deep dive into, and that's how much are in spite of the big, huge drops of PMs, how much are these outfits selling regular, kind of like essential silver coins for? I think silver is a kind of like a great example. So as far as basic generic silver rounds, we are seeing prices still pretty high. So we have a couple like Silver Towns and just basic generic Highland Mints. They're still in at $20 a piece, as low as $17.39 if you bought in bulk. This Highland Mint, Morgan Dollar generic right here, as low as $12.80. Provided that you order in bulk, and I think if you did an electronic wire of money, that's how you get that that low amount there. So there are a few generics out in the marketplace. Looks like through MCM, a lot of it's not available. So there's only a few different types that are available. And your cheapest is going to be this Morgan dollar designed. Well, this is a half ounce. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Screwed that up. Well, that doesn't make it a bargain at all anymore. Let's go ahead and move this down here. See, 10 or more, you could take advantage of the $17.92 if you paid with a credit card. But if you wired money or did an e-check, it's $17.39. Which obviously that's where you want to be. So we are looking at $5 over, about $4.50, $5 over spot. So they're either not going to adjust these prices, or they already know that, okay. So this product has a shipping delay of March 30. Huh. I wonder if that's something, because I've seen this at coin shops too. A lot of coin shops don't have the inventory to buy. And they're always they're always buying, but they don't have the inventory to sell to you. I think they're withholding the product. They're buying it, but they're not selling it back to you for the cheapest prices because they know this is going to be a short-lived drop. All right, so see, we're all discovering together. Some of you probably already knew that. Supply was already in shorthand at a lot of the coin dealers I go to, which is interesting. And coin shows are selling scrap silver for for more than what normally goes for. So let's take a look at the scrap stuff through MCM, and so we have this 90% average Circ silver dime lot here, and it's not available. A lot of this stuff is not available. MCM is withholding a lot of this product because they're not going to give it away, I guess, if that's what you call it. All the other stuff, the generics, a BU, I mean, this is not scrap at all. It's got some numismatic value, and that's why they're selling it for as low as $41. Traditionally, I wouldn't touch stuff like that. Do not be surprised if coin dealers and online retailers of PMs withholds all of this product. It's a smart move. They'll buy all day long, and they're going to buy it for under $13 an ounce. They'll probably buy it at like 11, or somewhere close to there. So junk silver, not available. All right, so how about Silver Eagles? It's got a fire next to it, which means it's probably a good seller. We are going to just take a look at a generic Silver Eagle, as you can see. This is a 2020, by the way, just a regular bullion Silver Eagle. $22.70. So it's about $10 over what spot price is, and they're not budging. They are not going to budge on that. So that's, we're seeing a lot of supply being withheld, with the exception of some of these specialty graded pieces where they know they're going to sell it at, a higher premium anyways because of the numismatic element that they're injecting into some of these. But as far as generic kind of like rounds and stuff, a lot of the generic stuff they're withholding so they can make more money here in about 60 days. So that's Coinflation. That's one of the websites I use. Copper is up a shade. Zinc is down. Nickel is up a shade. Minor upticks. But yeah, here's the major indices. Gold and silver on here. Here's APMEX. Let's see if APMEX has any silver to sell. And we are going to take a look. Let's take a look at bars and see if they have some of these cheap, or if they've decided to withhold some of these. take a look at some of the generic APMEX bars. Well, they got generic silver per ounce at as low as $15.11, but you have to buy 500 ounces or more. Compared to MCM, this is a pretty good deal, but we are talking about $2.30 above spot as of right now. And of course, to get this cheaper deal, I believe you have to do the check and wire option. All right, so you gotta have the money available to do that, and if you have credit card and PayPal, it's up here. It's 63 cents more an ounce. But take a look at what you would normally get. That's generic stuff that anyways. Yeah, if you want to pay a few dollars over spot, now keep in mind you buy a lesser quantity. It's no better than what it was a week ago. Even in spite of the fact that the market has dropped through the floor. $17.11 for a check wire option for generic silver. It seems like hardly a deal. So. Yeah, silver hits an 11-year low. Sure does. Since 2009, right? Before it shoots back up. This is the valley, and we are going to come across what is going to be the skyrocketing prices once all this recovery happens. And there's a shipping delay due to extreme order volumes. So people are already beginning to kind of do some ordering for this. So right now might be the time to jump in. Me personally, I am going to hold till it gets to about $10.50 or $11 an ounce. If it doesn't, then of course that's going to be my fault. All right, so let's go ahead and jump onto the bullion site on eBay and see exactly the silver bar. Let's start there first. And we are going to check out some of these sold items. And try and stay away from the non-premium stuff. Let's see. Here's a 5-bar lot that's sold today of Silvertown trademarks for $92.99. So we're still at 18 bucks an ounce here. The basic generic kind of art bars are like 20 to 25 bucks. You got some of these off the wall, funny, bars. The specialty bars like the Coca-Colas are always popular. You're not gonna find those for 15 bucks an ounce. I wonder what the deal is with that. Engel hard bars, 25 bucks. Those things are always popular. They're still going to be popular. So as you can see, the market is unfazed. Only paper stock trading is where it's getting hurt the most. But if you're a physical holder of this stuff, well, here's a 1 ounce fine German. That's German silver. So that's not 100% silver, of course. Some strange stuff on here. 1 troy ounce, 999 fine silver bullion bar, metal bar, Northwest Territorial Mint. That's pretty generic, but it's from China too. So I don't know what that looks like. I would be cautious. Here's a Bison Buffalo 1 ounce German silver. Again, the German silver is not 100%. So you gotta be mindful of that when you're purchasing. So there you go. It just goes to show you that sorry about that. It just goes to show you that in spite of the sharp drop-offs, we're still seeing a lot of activity. in physical silver trading. So we're at a time right now where if you're into paper investing, you know, there will be a time when it's going to be wise to get in. We are almost there. I would say, again, I would give it another 14 to 21 days before I decide to make any sort of moves. And this is going to be for a lot of you that have the money to invest at this time. You'll see that the money is going to be easy to make because it's going to be a quick recovery. And I would say that the moment that you're able to walk into a store today or whenever, and you find toilet paper and cleaning supplies that you're able to just buy right off of the shelf, that would be a good time to invest in silver, because you're going to see supply chain, you know, things kind of right size out there for all these companies, and you're going to get it kind of like this feel and sense of normalcy. Because right now everybody's panic buying, I feel like, all the wrong stuff, and they're really just kind of being reactionary to this whole coronavirus thing, which all in all, that's what's driving the market right now. Again, this is the type of thing that will eventually figure itself out in time, but silver is not going to dip to $5-6 an ounce. I just don't see that happening. It's not 1995 anymore. So everything is so delicate, and when you have social media, you know, and the internet world just kind of playing a huge role in how things are being perceived, that's where you get a lot of freakazoids. Pardon me, my French for that, but you're going to get a lot of freakazoids that are basing their decisions on a reaction for something that's going on, and that's going to be completely normal from this point forward. It doesn't matter what it is, from a new election to this whole coronavirus thing, to whatever worldwide event we come across. You're going to see just plain straight up reaction, unless something is going to, you know, kill society as we know. I would definitely, you know, just kind of monitor the prices of how everything goes. And yeah, sorry for being so, you know, I wish I was like a stock market investor where I feel like I was more intelligent when it comes to this sort of thing. But yeah, be wary. If you got the money to spend, you know, this will be a great opportunity to you know, cash in on this whole thing. I know it's sick and twisted, but you know that it's normal to the people that make a lot of money, you know, doing investments and trading and all that stuff. So anyways, I think that's going to wrap her up. Huge sharp drop off in all the precious metals today. Gold faring a little bit better, but nonetheless, yeah, we're seeing a huge drop off. And yes, this is going to continue on, I would say, for the next 7 to 10 days, followed by some stability and leveling off, and then you know, it'll be back to Pound Town, guys, for the future investments. Keep in mind that a lot of the online dealers and all that stuff, they're withholding stock. All right, so you're really not. Your best bet is going to go to being able to find a coin shop that's still open, that's willing to sell you silver at these cheap prices. Few of the coin shops I know of are closed, and they're going to stay closed until it all blows over. And there's even going to be coin shops and dealers that are going to withhold the product. They're just not going to be able, they're just going to refuse to sell it to any of us, which is unfortunate. But you know, that's how the game is played, guys. If you're able to find cheap silver, probably right about now for the next 7 to 10 days, jump on it, because it's going to be insane, the amount of returns that's going to come as a result. So anyways, if you like today's video, like, share, subscribe. Sorry to keep it long-winded and very wordy and just nonsensical. I'm your host, Sean, with BlueRidgeSilverhound. As always, Coinaholics, we are discovering together. You guys take care, have a good one, and stay safe. I'll see you on the next.